So we're going back to school, back to basics. And Lily, you actually really inspired me a couple weeks ago when you came and we watched you in action doing your facial. You really had your systems in place, and that was super impressive. And so just a combination of things has come to me. A conversation was at the director meeting with one of the directors. Look, I'm a company girl through and through. October is my 25-year anniversary with Mary Kay. I've been a sales director since 2000. That's my 10th Mary Kay car out there. I've been earning Mary Kay cars since 1999, every 2 years. And I tell you that just because I want to give you hope. Like, I'm a simple girl, you know what I'm saying? And really, I just offered service and treated people well and shared, and it just grew from there. Now we're a sales unit of over 150 women all over the United States, and I have close to 500 customers all over the United States. And so I'm sharing that with you because the process works. Trust the process. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. And our flip chart from the company is gorgeous and beautiful, but it's big and giant and super wordy, right? And so it really got me thinking, watching Lily with kind of her scripts from her national, and then a conversation that I had with a top director at the director meeting in Pensacola this past week. I'm like, you know what? I have a really good script that I've used for years. It's not my words. My national was Arlene Linares, one of the most iconic women ever to be in Mary Kay, and I learned from her as a consultant and as a sales director. And so a lot of these words are her words or words that I picked up along the way in different training. And so I do have this in I'll be sending this out in an email as well. But so here's my thought. When you do a facial and a party, you don't want to become a professional visitor. You want to work each appointment full circle. Now you want to do that in a way where you are totally tuned into their needs. You don't go into those appointments with what you can get with dollar signs in your eyes. And I highly suggest, if you have not, your very first step, if you haven't done anything else, is to either read or reread Mary Kay's autobiography. That comes in your kit. And even whether you're a reader or not, you want to have infused in your heart and mind, her core values and why she set things up the way that she set them up. And so she herself was a single mom, and supported her children with direct sales. And so she knew what it was to go into an appointment and need to make money, but she was able to compartmentalize it and be totally into what the customers, what the clients, what their needs were. And again, I don't have time for my story today, but I am a domestic violence survivor. I've worked this business in getting myself out of a 17-year marriage of domestic violence, and then also as a single mom, and then also in love and remarrying and blending a family. And there's been many times, especially when I was a single mom and when I was in that marriage prior, that I had to go hold a party to put food in the refrigerator. So I share that with you because I don't ever take it lightly to say, take the dollar sign out of your eyes and just, show up and, just whatever happens. But it is true, when you can kind of take your needs, your rights, your expectations, and kind of shelf them and totally be in the moment with your clients, then magic happens. And I'll tell you, you can walk out of a zero appointment or a low sales appointment, and with the fortune is always in the follow-up. That's the thing, having the mindset of an entrepreneur versus the mindset of somebody who has grown up working for a set salary or an hourly wage. Nothing wrong with either one, but a lot of times if we grew up in that hourly wage or salary mindset, we can go somewhere, and if the results weren't what we wanted in that immediate time, we get frustrated, and that's where we'll either quit forever, or we'll quit for a couple weeks or months, or we'll lose time because we get frustrated that we didn't get that immediate result. Where if you just keep telling yourself the fortune is in the follow-up, the fortune is in the follow-up. And again, I don't have time for 25 years of stories right now, but of follow-up, and just magic coming from that. Or going to an appointment that maybe wasn't my favorite, but then all of a sudden someone turns around and hits my website for $200 the next day. Or doing a string of career talks and nothing comes from it, and then all of a sudden somebody that I asked a year ago says, I'm ready, and they become a hot shot. So that's the difference. If you can kind of think long and realize what you're doing today, yes, it's going to show up today, but it's also going to show up 6 months from now, a year from now, 6 years from now, 25 years from now. And so Rena Tarbett is rest in peace. Rena Tarbett, we loved her, was also, she, out of all the national sales directors, Mary Kay Ash asked her to do her eulogy at her funeral. And so, but Rena Tarbett would call it Zoom-eek. We get all motivated, we do a bunch of work, and then we get mad because we're not seeing the results, so we let off the brakes. And when you're constantly like that, you can't ever get traction or momentum. So if you can just keep working the process, trusting the process, that's how you're gonna get momentum. It's not always gonna look perfect. It'll never look perfect. If it does look perfect, let me know how you did it. But that's okay. People need to know that you're human and you're relatable, and that you care about them more than you care about a perfect presentation, right? But so I said all that to say, when you have the opportunity to do a facial or a party, you want to make sure that you're working it full circle. I moved across the country here 22 years, a couple years into my business, from Minnesota to Alabama, hardly knew anybody. And I didn't do a ton of warm chattering. I mean, I did some warm chattering because I hardly knew anybody, but I became a master at walking away from every appointment or connection or customer, gaining referrals, and then working those referrals. So I guess if I had to say what this class is about tonight, it's about working it full circle and meeting people from people, so you're never feeling like I gotta find people, I gotta generate leads. Hey, generate leads, put out facial boxes, but you can get to the point where, or you can always work where that is not how you do your business. And the cool thing is when you are meeting people from people, those are warm leads, they're not cold leads, and then your numbers of held appointments and connections will be higher. Does that make sense? Okay, so I said all that to say, this is my party script. It is, I say my party script. It is the party script that I learned and tweaked over the years. And here's my suggestion. Don't change a thing you're doing. You're poetry in motion. But maybe there's some little nuggets that you can go, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you're good, okay? But the rest of us are either new or we're missing. There's links that are missing. And so here's my suggestion, that because when I looked at all the stuff you sent me and I loved it, it became like, oh my, it just became such an overhaul to me that it you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to waste a year trying to implement all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, dang it, I have a brilliant, simple script that makes sure you hit everything you need to hit to work full circle. So my suggestion, humbly, now of course your director may do something different and I don't want to go against that, but my suggestion is to learn this, practice this. I don't want to take time to tell this story, but one of my favorite, I don't watch a ton of TV, but when I do watch TV, I either watch Alabama football or oh, sorry, it's fine, this is an all-inclusive place.
That wasn't for me.
But I love watching documentaries of famous people and like where they came from and how they became so successful. And when I watched the one on Will Smith years ago, and you know, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and now he's, you know, I mean, we all, yeah, we remember him, you know, but when he landed that role on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he was a nobody, and he just got it out of sheer, I mean, talent oozes out of the kid's pores, but and charisma, but he quickly realized that everybody else in the cast were accomplished actors, and so he went to work studying the scripts, and he didn't just most actors memorize their part of the script. He would work so hard, he would memorize the entire script. So at first, when they were filming those first few episodes, he would say his lines, and then he'd be mouthing back the lines, and they pulled him aside and said, "Stop doing that, you're making us look bad. Nobody memorizes the whole script. Like, stick to your own lines, kid." You know what I'm saying? So, but that made me think, you know, when I was new, I so bad wanted to just do a good job. I fell in love with this, and I wanted to do right by my clients, and I really wanted to build this. And I would take the scripts and I would pace back and forth in my bedroom. I would set my kitchen table and pretend like the meanest, hardest group of women was sitting there, you know, and I would read my script. I would look in the mirror. I would, just like you said, I would wash my face and say, "This is your cleanser. It's removing your impurities." And I taped my scripts into my flip chart, and I studied it. And then, you know, you want to do practice makes perfect faces. That's where you're at. Call them practice makes perfect faces. That way you can say, "Would you be one of my first 5 practice makes perfect faces? I'm gonna literally read my script and squirt the stuff and let me practice on you." And at any level, you know, no matter how long you've been in the business, I mean, 25 years in, I could call people and say, "Would you be one of my practice makes perfect faces? I just wanna tweak these new tools that I'm teaching my consultants on, and I just wanna, you know, get your opinion and get your, you can use that practice makes perfect, and then that gives you the ability to refer to your notes or whatever and not feel like, oh my God, you know, you guys, college professors use notes. Pastors use notes. It's perfectly professional to use notes. I loved seeing you use your flip chart a couple weeks ago. It was great. It was brilliant. So, said all that to say, this is a simple script. If you look at that flip chart and it's overwhelming, and then you can put paper clips or little, I brought a hair binder because I was afraid my hair was because it's so humid outside. But then for the product knowledge part, the flip chart is perfect. And that again is where you want to study. It literally gives you the power statements of what to say about each product, which again you had down just bam, like just awesome. So anytime you're like, because sometimes you go on InTouch and you're like, oh my, it's a needle in a haystack. There's so much. But that flip chart and that Start Something Beautiful magazine, those, just stick to those right now if InTouch is overwhelming to you. And so you want to become so familiar with that flip chart, and basically you can, if you want to, you can tape these scripts into the back of it where it simplifies it. But then where it talks about the skincare and the products, take a highlighter. Don't be afraid. Someone was saying the other day they don't want to write on their flip chart. Who was that? I can't remember. They were like, I don't want to, which, I mean, I mean, whatever. If you listen to this, that's totally fine. But my humble suggestion is you make that flip chart your own. Highlight what you need to highlight. Cross out if there's a phrase. I remember the one when I was new, it said for lovelier skin. I'm like, I am not going to say lovelier ever. You know what I'm saying? I just said it and I don't even like it. So make it your own. So, okay, but then put tabs where it's talking about the skincare and the product, and that's your product knowledge right there. Those are the power statements that people need to know to make a buying decision. It's literally right there. Okay, so whenever I tell the story, my very first facial in 1994 was with my neighbor and her mom, and I literally, my little finger shaking, read the chart, squirted the stuff in the tray. I mean, I was such a dork. And they bought $200 worth of stuff from me. In 1994, that was a big deal. And I was working full-time at a retail clothing store. And I was like, I can do this. I read the thing and squirted the stuff, you know. And I want to see this, you know, Mary Kay said you can do everything right with the wrong heart, intention, and motive, and you will not succeed. You can power through this script, but you're not going to connect with people if your heart isn't in service. But you can do everything wrong with the right heart, and you're going to succeed beyond your dreams. You can go in there and say pink, orange, purple, I shaved my head, you know. But if you are like loving them and your heart and motives is for them, they're going to love you, and they're probably going to feel sorry for you and buy a ton. I don't know. So remember that. And then Gloria Mayfield Banks also said, you know, has been famous for saying, you know, all it is put this on, take this off. Put this on, take this off. How does that feel? Do you want some? You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say don't overcomplicate. I would be devastated if somebody walked out of here and was so bogged down and felt like they had to get this perfect and then didn't get into action. Just get into action. I mean, I still mess stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, oh, see, anybody can do this, right? Okay. So I'm gonna go through this, but my point of going through this is to tell you why we're doing what we're doing. Okay, so at the beginning it talks about starting every appointment with satin hands. Why do we do that? That's that first product icebreaker that gets people excited. I mean, I still remember the first time I did satin hands, I was like, what is this magical unicorn juice, you know? And so if you're doing a party, what you can do is train the hostess on the simple steps. So as people are coming in and you are filling trays and getting people foundation matched, that's training your hostess to be presenting product, and she doesn't even realize it, okay? And then you introduce yourself and you keep it moving. You show, wherever you show what you appreciate appreciates. Where you show gratitude grows. So make sure you are thanking that hostess, or if it's a facial, thank her. I have such a big dream in my heart to build my business, and just you sitting here and giving me your precious time means the world to me. I cannot thank you enough. Now and I don't have time to go into hostess credit and stuff like that. If you want to present her with a little gift, you can. One of the smartest things you can do is keep your hostess credits super simple. And if you're in a building your inventory stage, just to tell her she can have a straight 40 or 50% off of anything that she wants that day if she gets 4 or more women together who don't already have a consultant and are 18 and older. That way that appointment costs you nothing. Because if she gets 50% off, you know, she's gonna pay you and she's getting a good deal. You know, I love Express, I love an Aveda salon. If they said to me, you bring 4 of your friends in here and let us show them around the store and you can have half off of anything you want, I'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, let's go get in my car, you know. So that is an easy way to be generous to her, but to not cost you anything, okay? Okay, so then you thank the guests. Now the reason this is worded this way is it's showing gratitude, but it is also telling them I'm gonna keep moving, so if you get chatty, I'm gonna keep rolling, okay? Because you wanna keep control of the time. So I'd like to thank the rest of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to come. I'm going to try as hard as I can to make it worth your while. I'm going to move quickly because I do want to respect your time, but if you have a comment or question, please feel free. I don't want you to be too quiet on me. So that's giving them permission to say something, but you know, if it's like, oh, then you went with your friend and had tequila shots in the Bahamas, that's awesome. Okay, here's your moisturizer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You got to kind of reel them, you know, you want them to have fun. And you know, if it's a lively group, I just make eye contact with the people that are paying attention, and the ones that aren't, just let them, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. If they're having fun and they're laughing, that's what matters. Okay.
And was it someone had said too, I think, maybe it was like, usually the one who's going the fastest, it's not a race, but usually, like you say, kind of Because sometimes I would like wait till everybody catch up, but it's better just
To keep
I go with whoever's going the fastest. I look at her and like, oh, she's done. Linda, I just
Yep.
start talking about it.
Good. But you want again, you want a flow of, you want to be like, hey, come on, people. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to just sit there for 5 hours either. You know what I'm saying? So it's a balance. It's a balance. A blended experience. And so then you let them know right here, this is going to take about a quick half hour to 45 minutes to walk you through skincare and a basic color look. I'm going to have you do everything yourself so you can do it yourself at home. This gives you the chance to try before you buy. Please do remember though, this is a complimentary appointment. So what that is push-pull. You are assuming the sale by saying try before you buy, but then you're taking it back by saying it's complimentary, so don't feel stressed. Then you go into your ways to pay. The reason that this is important, you guys, and you just say, but of course if I can tempt you, I do accept blah, 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 blah. All of this, what this is doing is overcoming objections before they come up. She might be sitting there going, oh, I really need stuff, but my payday doesn't hit for another couple weeks, but this chick is new in business. She's not gonna be able to take my Visa card. But if you go ahead and stay, the different credit cards you take, and I highly suggest you get Apple Pay, Venmo, PayPal, some of those easy, because on any given day, I could have just money just literally flooding in on every and any. People are texting me their card numbers. So you want to be set up. You want to make it easy to get people's money. If it's hard for them to pay you, that's going to put a groove in their brain. You want to make it as easy as possible for them to pay you, and then creative financing. If there's something you want, I will help you find a way to get it. So here's, you can see you've got somebody coming in that's like, but now it's like, oh, okay, you have my attention. Okay, so you want to make sure that you let them know the 100% guarantee, because again, she might be thinking, this, what if I get this and I don't like it? So right there, you're overcoming that objection. Now, this is how you plant the seed or start the process of booking from your bookings. That's why you can't, any of this you say, I don't like that. No, learn to like it, because this is helping you. Talking about the follow-up appointment, I'm going to offer you the chance to schedule a follow-up appointment to make sure that anything you do get, you're happy with using correctly. And again, that is assuming the sale, kind of. And like Tony's doing tonight. Or if it's just a single facial, you still say, I'd love to schedule that follow-up appointment with you to make sure that you're happy. So you can do what's called the follow-up appointment game. If it's a party, you could do a lip gloss, you could do an eyeshadow, you could do a PCP thing, and you say, okay, we're gonna play a corny game, because I don't like game. You know what I mean? I don't like going to a baby shower and playing game. I don't like that. But this helps you because it's a proven psychological and marketing fact that people don't hear what you say until you say it 8, 9, 10 times or more, especially in this day and age with attention spans are like 2 seconds. So you could have a cute wrapped thing and you say, okay, this is a corny game, I apologize in advance, but every time I say follow-up appointment, pass the thing, and whoever has it at the end gets to keep it. And these women, they scramble over this stuff. It's the funniest thing. But it reminds you every time you do your cleanse, hey, this is your cleanser, here's the benefits, here's the power statement. Now at your follow-up appointment, we'll make sure that we have you in the right formula. And they're going, oh, pass the thing, Marge, Okay, so then, this is your day cream, blah, 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 benefits. At your follow-up appointment, we'll make sure again that you're happy because, if you need a little bit more moisture, we need to back up, here's your foundation at your follow-up appointment. And they pass it around and they get crazy about it and stuff, and then whoever has it at the end gets to keep it. But it reminds you and them, you're almost kind of not hypnotizing them, but it's kind of the law of attraction. At the end, they're like, okay, so when's my follow-up appointment? So it's not like at the end you go for the booking and they're like, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, this is laying the groundwork. Do you see that? And you're building the benefit of why they want that follow-up appointment. You're going to make sure that they're tonight you're trying a quick dash out the door look, but at your follow-up appointment, I can come a little earlier and we'll do really a full customized look. At your follow-up appointment this, your follow-up appointment that. Okay. So then you go ahead and mention at the beginning of the party that you're going to be doing an individual consultation at the end of the party. If you are just closing at the table and everybody's giving their orders, you are missing out. You're hurting yourself by doing that. First of all, money is a very private matter, and people would rather say, I can't get anything tonight, than like, really, you could post date a check for next Friday? That'd be awesome. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they want to do a little on a credit card and a little bit cash, you know, or a little cash and a little out of the checkbook, so maybe the husband, you know, doesn't completely track what they're doing. I mean, I'm not condoning that. I'm just saying it could be a thing. So money is private, and your closing script will not work at a table setting. You need to pull each person away, okay? So so then you say at the end of the class, I'm going to be talking with each of you one-on-one to answer any questions you may have and to help you choose colors and formulas and stuff. So if you're saying that at the beginning, if you don't say that at the beginning and then you try to pull them away at the end, they're going to be like, you know, no, I'm good here, I'll tell you. You know, but if you tell them that this is what's, and you've already kind of surveyed the house and decided where you're going to do that, even told your hostess, hey, this is a perfect place or room for me to do my individual consultations. I'm sorry, 2 dogs just ran across the parking lot. Oh, someone's walking them. Then they'll be open, they'll understand it's a part of it, but it's up to us to lead it. Okay, so then you want to give a little, again, you do not want to sit there and give your life story, but you want to give a quick little blurb about Mary Kay, the company. I put a blurb here, but if you want to, you know, read what's on the flip chart. And then this is super important, because this goes into what's called the 4-point recruiting plan. And again, I'm trying to mow through this for time, but you want to have a heartfelt, short I story. You know, I just want to tell you why I started my business with Mary Kay. I want to share what my goal and my vision is. Thank you for supporting me as a small business owner. I invite you to watch what I'm doing tonight. I always look for women who need extra income, flexibility, and are interested in personal growth. I can give you more information after the class if you're interested or curious. So there's your again, it's a push-pull. It's not 50%, $100 kit, you know, it's not this hardcore thing, but it's just it's a little, this is why I love what I do, and be heartfelt and passionate about it, okay? All right. Also, if you refer someone to me who comes into Mary Kay, my team, I will give you $50 in free product. So, you know, we're always looking for pink headhunters, okay? Mary Kay said there was at least one new beauty consultant at each party. Who do you think that is? And sometimes when you ask that question, they'll be like, oh my gosh, Caroline is so good with products. She'd be so, you know what I'm saying? And so they're saying the person instead of you. And then it's like, then when you ask, it's natural. It helps it happen organically. So then you say, how many of you ever tried Mary Kay? We have a ton of new formulated products. I'm excited to show you our updated line. And then this is where you go into the skincare. And again, just use the tools of the power statements of the product that are right there on your starter kit. Don't make yourself crazy unless you want to. You know, you can go into skincare confident and all those things, but sometimes a confused mind does nothing. And we have so many resources and so many menus and so much stuff that it can shut us down. So just flip chart and start something beautiful. Start there. So you go through each part of the skincare, and as you're going, your point of doing the skincare, because we can be tempted to throw in a lot of extras, but quick and easy, because you want people on a great skincare line, morning and night. And then we can go into the extras. If you start throwing in a ton of extra stuff, they're gonna forget, they're gonna be confused, they're gonna be all over the place. So as I'm going through it, I constantly remind them of the order of application, what they do in the morning, what they do at night, benefits, power statements. And then you do a skincare mini close. And let me just say this, at this point, nobody has a lookbook. Nobody has anything with pricing on it. You don't want to talk any pricing until you are at your table close. So if somebody says, oh my gosh, I love this cleanser, how much is it? You say, oh, that's great. When I'm finished, I'm going to help you guys with the pricing of everything. Because if you say $24, that's where her brain is going to lock in. Whatever price is said first is where someone's brain is going to lock in. Okay, so I don't put out lookbooks, nothing with pricing at this point. Okay, so you do a mini close, again, benefits, order of application, quick and easy, quick and easy, quick and easy. You wanna say that at least 3 times. Look at how quick and easy, and you do a mini close. Just pick up your mirror. Look, how does your face feel? Look how good your skin looks. Can you imagine after one time of doing this, imagine if you're doing this, taking care of your skin like this morning and night, how great it's gonna look and feel. Okay, so then this is where you stop and you ask for referrals. Hey, Miss Gail, come on in. So this is where you stop and ask for referrals, because it's, again, the layering process. The satin hands was that first icebreaker, and now their hands felt amazing, and now their face feels amazing, so you stop. And you guys, this is the magic. This is the magic. Okay, this is what put me through DIQ. This is why I'm where I am today. You stop and you just say, before we move on to a dash out the door color look, I just want you to know the heart of my business runs on referrals. And I just want to stop and ask you for a minute, who do you know that is a busy mom that rarely takes time for herself, or maybe a coworker that you can tell, you know, you wish someone could kind of help her modernize her makeup look, or, you know, a neighbor, a friend that I could just get a book in their hands, get them on my mailing list, and offer my service to. I did not say, who do you know that wants to book a Mary Kay party? Who do you know that wants to sell Mary Kay? And you just say, flip over your profile card, because I always have them leave their profile card right at their tray. And I tell them that as we go along, if there's something they really love, to make sure they make a note of it, and just say, flip over your profile card and just take a couple minutes, and you can have a basket with like section 2 stuff, like those $5 lip gloss kits. You could break those up into 2 or 3, or the hand creams, or, you know, inexpensive, or even dollar store eyelash curlers, stuff like that, wrapped cute, inexpensive but wrapped cute. And just say, you know what, we're not going to take a ton of time on this, but who do you know? Whoever writes down 3 to 5 names and numbers, you can take a freebie out of my basket. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. And you're gonna get 2 responses. Okay, you're gonna get, everybody I know is here, and they all sit there, right? Or you're gonna get people going, oh, freebie, and they start. Now here's another thing you can do. You can have one bigger gift, and I'm a softie. I want everybody wins, you know. But you can have one bigger thing, like a body lotion or hand cream or whatever. And you say, okay, whoever writes the most names and numbers down, 10 or more, first gets the gift. Okay, gets the bigger gift. Everybody wins. Everybody gets a little gift, but they get the big gift. 1, 2, 3, go. And, you know, if they start writing down names and numbers, shut your mouth. Do not run your mouth. Okay, don't get nervous and go. But really, you know, don't feel obligated. I mean, just shut it, okay? But if they're all kind of like, I don't know, everybody I know is here, just be like, you know, it could be a friend from church, it could be your mother-in-law, it could be a neighbor. How about a coworker? It could be a college student, a grandmother, your cousin. You know, and just keep going like that, and just keep throwing it out there until somebody. Yeah, right. Who do you know? But just until somebody writes down something, and then if it really gets to the point where nobody's gonna write anything, just say, you know what, no big deal. As we go along, if someone comes to your heart that I could put on my mailing list and get a book and samples in their hands, go ahead and jot down their name and number. Okay, I'm going to talk about why that's important next. Okay, so then you go into color. So then you go into simple, and I just put primer on half the face, foundation, concealer, mineral powder. I think it's super important. I know the company says do just skincare and then book them for a color appointment. unless you're communicating to them that that is what it is, they're gonna be disappointed if they don't have some color. So make sure you're clearly, however you wanna do it, make sure you're clearly communicating what experience they are gonna get. But if you're saying a beauty experience and all they're getting is skincare and a lip gloss, they might be disappointed. Okay, so and then I just say use the color card, mascara, lip gloss. You do want to make that quick, easy. You don't want to give them all the bells and whistles. Okay. Then, and again, refer to your flip chart for product knowledge. It's literally all right there. Everything you need to say is literally right there. Okay, so that's your product knowledge. Now, a lot of times consultants get nervous at this point, like, oh no, they just, then you want to just, okay, everybody looks super pretty, and you pack up your stuff and you leave, right? Just call me if you want anything, right? But that would be like, okay, imagine, what's the most expensive restaurant you've ever eaten at?
The Gather.
Ruth Chris.
Okay.
In Mobile.
Okay.
Probably the Marriott, like they have like a
The Grand, the
Yeah.
Grand. Okay, so can you imagine, and if you walked into the Grand to celebrate your anniversary, your birthday,
And then just close it all up.
well, no, and they said, oh my gosh, just so you know, this is really expensive. Are you sure you want to eat here? Because there is literally a Burger King right down the road. Because you might really be on a budget, and I don't want to. I don't want your husband to be mad that you're here. You know what I mean? Can you imagine? No, people plan to go. They know they're going to get a good value. They know it's going to be a high-end experience, and that is what they want. And our product, you guys, is the high-end experience, but the retail price is lower because we don't have the overhead of being in an apartment store. It is a win-win situation. So you need to take out of your head whatever your concept is of expensive or whatever, and quit being codependent about people's budgets. Because at this point, you're not pushing, you're not convincing, you're simply the person at the Grand Hotel that says, here's the salad bar, here's the desserts, here's the steak, here's the chicken, you order what you want, right?
You wouldn't like someone to be like, oh, I'm not gonna even show you the dessert.
Yeah.
Because you probably can't.
Or could you imagine like the wine list? I mean, you know, you could get a $200 bottle of wine, you could get a $30, and could you imagine if they go, here's the wine list, but I'm super sorry that there's a $200 bottle of wine on here. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would never do that, right? Or if they did, you would think, what is wrong with these people? You know, so, but that's what we're doing when we say, oh my gosh, please don't feel like you're with me. Okay, so at this point, you're like, oh, I'm the hostess at the high-end whatever, and my job is to simply show you what's available, and whatever you decide is fine with me. If you want the salad, take the house salad, take the house salad. If you want the house wine, take the $30 house wine. If you want the big whatever $200 bottle of wine, you're lucky you, right? Okay, so where is my set sheet? Shoot, hold that thought.
Kathy, get it together.
Ah, yes. Hold,
Just kidding.
hold.
I have a picture of it.
Yeah, well, okay, that'll work. Can you quick pull it up?
Yeah.
No, I got it right here.
Okay.
Okay. So this is where, based on marketing and psychology, you want to show 3 sets, no more, no less, big, medium, small. Now, this is not to convince people to buy a big set. This is simply to put their minds in a state where they can make a purchase decision, because they came there maybe thinking, oh, I need new mascara and lipstick, but now they're like, oh my gosh, I love the skincare, and a confused mind will do nothing. So if they have too many choices at this point, that's where they say, let me take a book and I'm gonna go home and think about it, and then you never hear back from them again. Okay, so this is where you say, so this is how you get everybody into that. And even if you're doing a single face, you say, okay, take your headband out and fluff up your hair, hold your mirror at arm's length. And if you're doing a party, you say, okay, let's do compliment time. and you say, let's start with Tony, and you let everybody else compliment her, you'd shut it, okay? Because whatever you say is gonna sound like you're selling her, but whatever her friends say is, she's gonna be like, okay, my friend said my skin looks really good. My friend said I need to knock off wearing the blue eyeshadow. You know what I mean? So, or if it's a single facial, then you try to get her to say, what did you love the best? So you say, let's do compliment time for Miss Tony, and then everybody compliments her, and then you say, Tony, what did you like best about your experience? And you go around like that. You don't give your opinion. You let them sell each other. Then you say, okay, I'm going to show you our suggested sets we have to offer. Then I'm going to pass out brochures. So at this point, nobody has brochures. And then, you know, Naomi's going to get out the refreshments. And then I'll start your individual consultations. So again, you're taking control. This isn't everybody starts telling you what they want at the table. You're telling them with a big smile and a soft voice, you're telling them how it's going to go. Okay? So then, and I don't have, the best case scenario is to have a bunch of these roll-up bags made up. Okay, why am I not putting my hands on it?
If you need to borrow mine.
Is it set up?
Well, it's only set up for demo, but you can still use it.
Oh, here it is. It's under these mirrors. So if that's the scenario, what you want to do, there's different levels of this. So don't look at this and say, well, I don't have that stuff, so I can't do it. The first level would be just to simply have copies of this set sheet that you can, and I love this, and I don't have time to get into it, but I went to Linda Tubin's director boot camp, and she was like, take back your power. And I knew this to work. This isn't mine. This is based on all the training that I've had all these years. And immediately when we started implementing this, Stephanie sold 2 queen sets. We've had all kind of testimonies of great things. Now, you're not showing this to sell big sets. You're showing this to get their brain in a state where they can make a purchase decision, whatever that is. So, so you say, and you are, I mean, you would already have this out. Now, the best case scenario, you've got your roll-up bag, and you have 4, 5, 6 of these already filled, where you could just trade out some of the product, and they could literally walk home with it that night. Or the next level of it is that you have a couple made up or another one made up, but that you have yours that you're demoing out of. So you have the actual bag, and then you have the set sheets. But you just say, this is our Diva set. It includes everything that you did tonight plus some extras. In your top pocket, and you would have them standing up outside the table. In your top pocket is everything in your 3D skincare, cleanser, day, night, eye cream, and foundation. In your second pocket is your starter your starter palette, and that's all my stuff is spread out. But you've got the new palette with just one side with 3 eyeshadows and a blush. Your perfect palette, your eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick is in your second pocket. Your third pocket is your mineral powder with the mineral powder brush, eye makeup remover, and concealer. And your last pocket is our full-size, gorgeous luxury brush set. This set retails for $331. Our special is $299, and you get your travel bag and your foundation of choice for free with that set. Now, notice what I didn't say. I never said dollars. I did not say this retails for $331 and our special is $200. I said this retails for $331. Our special is $299. You get the travel bag for free and your foundation for free. Next, if you're not ready to be a diva, you can still be a queen. Your queen set is your top 2 pockets. That's everything in your 3D skincare, including foundation, and everything in your essential color. That's your perfect palette with your starter look, your eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick. That retails for $211. Our special is $199, and your foundation of choice is free with that set. Then if you're not ready yet to be a queen, you can still be a princess. And your princess set is everything in your 3D skincare to start taking great care of your skin. That retails for $110, and the foundation of your choice is for free. So we have the Diva set for $331, for $299, the Queen set for $199, and the Princess set for $110. Now I can help you with single prices of single products if need be. We can customize any of this for you, okay? So let's start our individual consultations. Gail, why don't you grab your profile card and your lookbook? Let's chat with you first, okay? So you're not saying they have to buy a set. You're not saying they have to buy the most expensive set, but you would be amazed. Okay, I'm gonna go into more. Any questions on that? Y'all with me on that? Okay.
What did you, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So after you finished and you said to Gail, you said let's start individual clothes.
Yep. Individual close consultations. Yep. Okay. So that's where Susie Hostess gets out the refreshments. You pass out lookbooks, and then our friend Jill Nelson has been using the what's the new sharing app? The Mary Kay Digital Showcase. There's several little Mary Kay iStories that you can pull up, and she's literally pulling up a tablet or her phone and saying, you know what, would y'all want to just watch a little video about our company while I do the individual consultations? If they're younger girls, on the digital showcase, there's younger girls, and she said if they're women of my age or older, more mature women, she uses the amykemp.me, and that's Amy Kemp's story, and she's literally then been able to go into interviews right there on the spot. And I think that's brilliant. Why not play those videos while you're doing the individual consultation, okay? So I'm gonna plow through real quick the individual consultation and the close. Is this helpful? Is this helping you guys? Okay. Is this simplifying and helping you helping you identify maybe just some tweaks or some, I mean, you have this down pretty good.
Yeah, and I eliminated a lot of stuff when I was here. Like I normally do a game for tickets instead of like passing for the second appointment, and then for referrals, whoever does the most referrals gets 10 tickets, runner-up gets 5 tickets. Whoever
Good.
does the most tickets take home.
Good. So you have, but I could tell.
Yeah.
I was impressed with how you were aware of the time, and you just were really good.
And I didn't do Roya's video. I played her 5-minute
Okay.
recruiting video right before they took out the charcoal mask.
Perfect. Good. Okay.
They're sitting there anyway. They want it to work.
Sure.
Why not play?
Good. Perfect. Good. Okay. So then it's like, oh my gosh, now I'm scared because I'm alone with these people. What do I do then? Okay. So the first thing is you're intimidated of them, and guess what? They're intimidated of you. Women do that to each other. Okay. So I work really hard to be, my husband says that people may find me intimidating. I am like, to me, the least intimidating person in the world. But so I work really hard to make sure that my body language is at a lower eye level than her, because even if we're not feeling pushy, but we're feeling nervous and we're like this is aggressive. So I consciously make myself kind of go lower in my seat and make sure my eye level is lower than hers, so she feels comfortable. It's all about how does she feel? What is her experience? Okay. So then this is what you do. So you grab the person that's either the most excited or maybe somebody that's antsy that seems like they need to leave right away. You lower sometimes if it is appropriate, I'll sit on the floor. I'll kind of spread my stuff out on the floor so she's even higher than me. And I'll just say, did you have a good time? Just, yeah, I had a good time. How does your face feel? And you reach up and touch your face. Feels really good. Again, everything we're doing right now is helping her get into a state of being able to make a decision. Do you have any questions for me? And you nod your head no like this. Now, just like I said when I gave you your rose, don't be afraid to say, do you have any questions for me? I mean, to this day, someone might ask me a question that I don't know. Nobody expects you to know the answer to everything. That no person, no human being in the world knows the answer to everything, right? That's why Google was invented, right? So if she asks you a question you don't know, you just say, that is such a great question. I'm gonna jot that down. I'm gonna call our product development thing tomorrow. You know, I'm gonna call corporate tomorrow. I will find out the answer and get back to you. That is a totally professional thing to say. But 9 times out of 10, she'll be like, did you like this lipstick or the one I tried before? You know what I mean? Then you say, which set would you like to start with tonight? And you don't talk, because what do? Which set would you like to start with tonight? Because I know that $200 bottle of wine is really expensive, and that may be out of your budget, and I don't want your husband to get mad. Can you imagine if the waitress did that? You would think, she is crazy, what is wrong with her? So you just say, which set would you like to start with tonight? And that's where I have my date book, I have my calculator, I have my sales tickets, and I just turn the page, I just look away. Which set would you like to start with tonight? Whoever talks first buys it, okay? Which set would you like to start with tonight? So she says, there's several different things. So let's say she says, I want the Diva set. Don't go, oh my God, what? You know what I mean? Don't just great, the Diva set. Pull out your sales ticket, you look, say, okay, did we like your formulas, your colors? Good, okay. You always say, was there anything else? Don't think, oh my God, she just blew the mother load. You know, no. You say, was there anything else? And she says, you know what? I need an extra Stanton hand set. I need a gift for a thing I'm going to next week. Great. Was there anything else? You know what? I really like to have an extra blah, blah, blah. Great. Was there anything else? No, let me stop there. Until she says, I'm good, you keep saying, was there anything else? Even if it's the Diva set, because the Diva set is not everything. Okay, so then you don't talk anything about booking, recruiting, nothing until you close the sale, because your best hostesses and your best team members have purchased product, used the product, gotten compliments on it, and now they're motivated to either represent the product or get more product and invite friends. And if you jump that, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot. So you say, great, your total is, you know, $339.50. How would you like to take care of that? Okay, that's how you say, give me your money now. Okay, your total is $339.50. I didn't say $339.50. Your total is $339.50. How would you like to take care of that? And she tells you. You close out the sale. You either give her the product, you give her the sales ticket, you close it out, and then you go into booking. But let's say she's a little squirmy and I don't know if I can do one of the sets. Then you say, what do you really wish you could take home tonight? Tell me what your budget is and let's crunch numbers and work with you. Because again, at this point, I'm not talking booking. Even if it's all she gets is a lip gloss, you want her using product, happy with product, getting compliments on product, motivated to get more product. Okay, so you work with her budget, you crunch the numbers, and then, or, you know, and let's say she just can't make a purchase. What's your wish list? What's the best way to follow up with you? Then you say, no matter where she landed, what didn't you get tonight that you want to get next at a discount or for free? And she'll tell you. And that's where you go into the correct booking approach. These are Mary Kay Ash's words at every appointment. I always choose 1 or 2 women I would like best for my future hostesses. And tonight I pick you. I had so much fun. You're so nice. You're so good with product. Is there any reason why when we get together for that crazy follow-up appointment I kept talking about, that you couldn't share that appointment with these women that you wrote down and get that color look for free or half price or free? We'd have a ball. Do you see how it all worked together? Okay, so let's say she's like, there's no way, and you know what, I don't ever wanna have a party, get away from me, okay. She just wrote down 3, 5, 10, 15 names and numbers, and now there's a whole system on following up with those referral names. It creates it so it's not a dead end. Does that make sense? Okay, so that has to be the end of that. I don't have time to go into coaching. When you book her, that's where we'll pick up next week. We'll talk about coaching, and we'll talk about working your referrals. But before, you coach her, and then you give her, then you say, could you ever see yourself doing what I'm doing, building a business with Mary Kay? And I love the Steps to Success brochure. If she's like, yeah, let's talk. If you have a minute to talk with her right there, talk with her right there. Otherwise, set up an appointment with her in the next couple of days. You can shoot her out another video from that digital showcase and get that Steps to Success in her hands. And again, we can talk more details later, okay? So, give me a little tiny feedback real quick as we close. What was the most important thing you heard that helped? Yes.
Well, that's not my question. What's
Okay.
the most important thing
Okay.
I heard? When you're going through the flip chart, and in this flip chart, you've got the 110 set there. That's what you're using for demo. But for someone that is older and you're still using that set.
Okay.
But in the flip chart, it shows the repair set.
Okay, good.
Okay, my question to you is, if you're giving them the price of this.
No.
No.
Okay,
let's just-
okay.
You're giving them the price of this,
Yes.
the $331 at $299.
Yeah.
Where if they say, how do I want to say it? If they would say, well, I really would like the repair
Uh-huh.
set, then where do you throw in, you have those figures, you need to have
That's
those figures
good.
in your brain so that you can throw them
Yes.
out also.
Yes, I'm glad you said that. Basically, and that is something I think at one of these meetings we talked about. I really want to put this together with the repair, with the clear proof, with everything, so that you have that. Yes, this was a starting point, and this is where most people are going to start. But if you pre-profiled and you know that they're going to do the repair, basically the easiest way to do it is to say, okay, the repair set is $105 more expensive than this, so you would just add $105 to each of the sets. That's the easiest way to do it, but I want to make one of these sets with the repair, with the clear proof, with all of the different ones, so that you would just already be able to say that.
Gotcha.
Yes, great question. Anybody else? I know, it's a lot.
No, you're
Okay.
good. You're good.
Okay,
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep.
You're good, you're
so
good.
Anything you throw me right now
yes,
is like,
Amy.
I think I can do this. I mean,
Okay.
this is a lot of information to take in.
It is.
But, is that sacred, or can you send me a copy?
Oh,
of
I
that?
can totally, any of this, I can totally
Okay.
send you. Yes, yes.
And can I just ask, it scares me because I'm not starting out with a lot of info.
Uh-huh, okay.
I mean, it just wasn't something that I could do at the
Sure.
time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that really scares me if that's gonna hinder people from wanting to buy.
No, no. You look at them and you just, when you close out, you just say, your product should be in about 4 days, and I'll deliver it to you.
Okay.
You just tell them. Yeah.
I loved it all, but especially the follow-up game.
Yes.
I really want to. I was thankful and proud. I reiterated that today I had a party, and
Yay.
I did. I kind of gotten away from it, but I got back today with the prize of how many referrals.
Good. Take back your power. Yes, it works.
And it
The
does
program
work. And
works.
They had so much. I mean, they were having fun before, but it just took it to another level.
Good.
Yeah, and so yeah.
Put the grooves in their brain.
Are you ladies using prizes, Mary Kay prizes like you put together, or is it something that you just, like you said, is it a Dollar Tree?
Either one, whatever you have.
Okay.
This is what I always say. Just start with what you have. Use what you have. Don't worry about what do I always say? There's a saying I got from Joel Osteen. Don't focus on what you don't have and what you can't do. Focus on what you do have and what you can do. So if you don't have a bunch of Mary Kay stuff right now, go to the dollar store, get some eyelash curlers, and the next, and then the next time you place a Mary Kay product order, be strategic and get a few minis or things to use, and just build it, sis. Look, Kendra Scott started her business with a box of handmade earrings, going door to door, collecting the money, making more earrings, going door to door, collecting the money, making more earrings, and now, you know, she's Kendra Scott, you know. So start where you need to and hustle it. Okay, so hopefully this helped. Bye guys.